singing is so important to me. Like, one of the things we were talking about is like the encouragement of each other. Like, I've always grown up when you go to church, sometimes you may be low or you may be down, or you may be feeling out, but the singing of the other believers around you, reminding you who God is, encourages you and encourages your heart. So that's really important. The other thing I think of, like, is, to me, like, sometimes singing and the word of God doesn't go together to some people, but to me, it's always gone together. I think of singing like the soup. Like, you have like a pot and you have the soup in there and you have to stir the soup. And I think the word of God and like the richness of knowing more and more theology and understanding more and more stuff is you putting that into the soup. And as you sing, like, it makes an aroma, and that aroma like fuels you. Like I don't, sometimes I feel like it's at odds. And I don't ever understand why it's at odds. Like, the more you understand theology, the more you want to sing. I've always felt like, and it might come just from my history. Fun fact, I probably talked about it on Sunday, but fun fact, the way that I got saved or started following Jesus was from singing. Like, I got saved in the middle of a worship set. And it wasn't the songs that, like, at the moment that saved me, it was all of the Sunday school teachers, kids leaders, youth leaders who taught me about God and just put it all inside of me. And I just kind of had it in me, but it was kind of still. And when I went to this camp and I was singing for the first time, everything kind of clicked. Like, it was made. All the theology, all the things I knew about God, it just kind of hit. And I realized who God was. And I realized how much of a mess I was. And I broke down into tears in the middle of this service. I still remember, like, when the service ends, and I'm talking too much, so let me stop talking.
No, you're good.
But I still remember when the service ends, like, everybody sat down, and I was still lost in, like, this realization that this is God, God's awesome. And I'm the only one standing up, and everybody else sitting down. And I remember a friend, like, tugging me, like, oh, it's time to sit. And I don't remember what the pastor preached about. I just remember an altar call, and I went up there, and that was, like, the beginning of me following God. Since that moment, singing for me has always been like, I learn, and then I put it all together. And when I sing the song, it kind of like, oh, this is the smell of it. This is what's good at it. So it's important. Like, it just always, for me, has been an easier discipline compared to other disciplines. Probably like, I'm not really good at silence and solitude, but singing, I'm great at. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
So,
which I think is a good point. Like, even as we're having this conversation, like, all of us have spiritual practices that are kind of downstream. They're a little easier. They come to us a little easier. And then there's also spiritual practices that are more upstream, that are a little bit more difficult, where you're having to swim against the current. Because, I mean, I can validate that worship is big for you, because we work in the same office, and you're often blaring worship music, behind your closed door.
The more annoying the day is, the more I blame music. So yeah.
So I think it truly is something. You're not just making that up, but it truly is something that's really impactful for your life, your walk with Jesus. And to your point, it changed your life. And I do think music has the power to do that for people.